There's been talks for quite a while now of this new Friday movie. Do you think it's gonna
happen?
Yeah. You think it's gonna happen, or just
man? It's so nowadays, man. It's so these. I mean, it would be a big time. I would love to see that. Fight like a man. I like to see that, man. Pops was, one of my favorite characters, but I like to see that. But there's so much. You got Chris Tucker, Cat Williams. These people are like big now. Big time. And the dollar, the money, like to come. Yeah, it's gonna cost a lot to make that. So
all of the fans are just dying to see Chris Tucker, to see what happened to Smoke Dog.
Smoke Dog.
So, will we ever see Smokey again?
I don't know. If I had Chris Tucker number, I say, man, just do it one more time, man. You gonna do Rush Hour? Just do it one more time.
Yeah, he loved the Rush Hour, but I mean,
the Rush Hour check.
Bag bigger, like they say.
The bag. Man, we got so much going out as far as new movies. I'm glad that we kind of getting away from the biopics. I mean, I'm kind of.
You don't like? I love the biopics.
But it's like everybody has a biopic.
Yeah, but it's also interesting to see their journey. Seeing their journey is captivating, quite frankly.
I mean, but we see this and then we stop. I mean, we just like, oh, yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say I stop. I feel like I push and strive so people can want to do my biopic and see where I came from and how I came up and didn't take no for an answer. And hopefully I inspire the next generation. Because if I don't change the world like Pac said, I won't put the light in somebody that will change it.
Yeah, I guess you're right, though. I don't mean to be so critical. I guess what I'm saying is...
you just think the content is lacking as far as Hollywood?
No, I want to bring this point up. We went and saw the Black Panther. Mm-hmm. It was a huge movie.
Yep, that was a pretty good movie.
The illustration, black people being kings and queens and in this beautiful setting in Africa. But once you dive down and understand, it was a $1 billion plus movie. But it was Stan Lee and the other people who kind of benefited to that degree. So I started to sit down. I was like, did we really win? Or like Terry Crews say, that was a moral victory.
That's what I think. I think it definitely was a moral victory, just like the excitement we have about our favorite sporting team winning. It's a moral victory. It's not a real victory. It's good to show Hollywood, hey, a black film can generate $1 billion, but at the same time, that didn't mean extra dollars for the director, for any of the cast.
No.
They got paid their set amount, and that was that. But on the meantime, Stan Lee, the whole Disney crew, they won.
Somebody like my boy say, and I guess he gonna tell me, yeah, you produce it. Producer Mansa Musa. Let kids see that journey.
Right.
Let's show some things going on around here.
Of a
real king.
A real king.
Gold inflation.
Right.
Brought it to him.
Versus the made up.
Mansa Musa.
Versus the made up reality.
Mansa Musa, man. That's a story that inspired me. Queen Sheba. A lot of different kings and queens in Africa. And not even Africa we could do it right here. We found out our history about how we ran this land in America, And yes, that's right. Black people were here before Christopher Columbus even decided to take his...
So you're saying that America was already populated?
Most definitely. That's probably race history, though.
It was already populated with quote-unquote black people long before Columbus came.
Yes, I would say, man, because at one point there was no, excuse me, there was no I don't believe this land was separated like this. I believe it was all one big landmass. And when somehow God was like, hey, y'all ain't doing right, let me break this up. We got some folk over here, we got some folk over here, we got some folk down here. So, the textbook, what is it called? mcgraw-hill or whatever.
Yeah, mcgraw-hill.
mcgraw-hill. It was strange to see all that information, growing up. And you had a test on that. And, that determined if you passed or failed the 9th or 10th grade, depending on understanding information. But I get in college, and there's no McGregor-Hill information. The information I might pass or fail is off of true history. So I'm like, wait, y'all was giving me pressure in the 9th and 10th grade from this textbook stuff, and now
From stuff that doesn't
I got a professor walks in here and says, all right, forget all the shit that you know about you learned in high school. This is what happened. Christopher Columbus wouldn't even go and try to find America. Like, why my teacher wanted to give me a test on that?
And not to mention the history I've been able to discover for myself, it's completely different from what we were taught. And I realized that all of our truth stems from some man, in a way. But some things I try to use like common knowledge with, the knowledge we were born with, innate knowledge, not I had to go and learn this. Sometimes innate knowledge don't line up with what you was taught.
No.
And then when you try to tell people different, they kind of, oh no, you're wrong there. The pushback is so real.
Look, I want to go home and tell my daughters, when they bring homework to me, Christopher Columbus discovered America. I want to say that, but then I'd be a liar, because when she goes into college, they're going to be like, oh, no, he didn't. So she's like, wait, my daddy was upset at me because I got this question wrong, for my social studies homework.
Well, that goes to what Brother Derek Gray says. We need to homeschool our kids. That way we can be in charge of what they're learning.
Now, I ain't got there yet with the homeschool idea. I mean, there's some benefits, I think, to...
Your only benefit is not having your kids around all day.
No, but I think, man, socially it's good to interact.
Social skills, but are we really saying that we're willing to, just to get social skills, we're willing to sacrifice
no
years worth of lives?
No, I would say
terrible lunch.
I would say this: once I know better, I do better. So, for instance, my daughter was having homework, but I'm reading the questions, and it's like, she's in 3rd grade, but this is like 5th grade question verbiage. Like, okay, so when I go to the parent-teachers meeting, I'm like, okay, you guys want her to understand and grasp the question and get the answer right, but the way y'all wording it, I mean, who's going to understand, who's going to get that? I'm saying that we probably need to go to the school boards, challenge them about these curriculums, the foods that we eating, I never thought I'd be paying my daughter lunch. I used to be like, you better eat at the school. Right. I mean, what's wrong with that food? I grew up on it. But once I understand better and all the stuff that comes with that in that food, I mean, you kind of like want it for your child's safety. You want to kind of like make sure that they're good.
Well, I know what you mean, man, because I've been vegan for about 1.5 years now.
Vegan boy.
And I'm kind of ridiculed by lots of people around me because they don't get it. But they don't understand how good I feel, how much better I walk, how much confidence I have. And I can think better because the bad things all stem from the gut. And now that my gut is more cleaner now, I feel better. I act better. I think better. Everything is clearer. And knowing that they're poisoning the foods, or what we thought was food anyway, but I don't think it ever was food. We just called it that.
Man,
and I can't believe that that's what they're serving in schools to the kids.
Man, people think about it like, if it don't kill you as soon as you hit your throat, then you might be all right.
Okay for you.
And even myself, sometimes I might eat something from the bakery aisle in the grocery store, and I'm looking at it, it's a slice of chocolate cake. But when I read the damn ingredients,
it's 100 ingredients.
There's 140 ingredients in there. And I can't even spell the first 3 letters in the words, man, if they sounded out to me. And it's just crazy because I'm like,
yeah, food is not supposed to have chemicals in it.
At all.
That's like this picture that's going viral. It shows what a farmer looked like, back in the 1800s.
Oh, Monsanto?
Monsanto,
yeah.
And it showed a picture of a farmer today. They have all of these sprays, and they're walking through this field. But wait, if these crops are supposed to be edible, why do y'all need a mask on to spray something on the fruits and veggies?
I guess they say, hey, man, when the rain come down, they'll wash it off or whatever, so we're going to just do it, whatever. But, back in the day, when we was, when I was young, I don't know if you did or whatever, I went in the sugarcane field. My grandma was like, hey, take a bite of this sugarcane. today, man, you can't do that. I mean, in Louisiana, you can't go take no. Yeah, you don't know what kind of juice you taking in.
Yeah,
Man,
full of chemicals.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. It's strange. I mean, to be eating that kind of, to think about the foods that we consuming, and now I gotta be like, man, what is gonna have make me grow a third leg or something?
Yeah. Well, man, on the real, I do think people need to really dig in and get some information on how the body self-heals itself. And but for it to self-heal itself, you got to put in the proper foods for it to do that.
I did a fast. I did a
I
did a fruit fast for 14 days.
How did you feel?
I lost 13 pounds and I felt good, and I worked out while I was doing that. I mean, I was cleaning out, I'm making nobody grossed out about it, but I felt very light on the foods I was consuming. It kind of made my head clear. I mean, getting good rest, being productive even more. You getting up earlier, and kind of getting your day started earlier, and you being very productive early on.
It's just so many benefits, man. I don't think people even realize. Like, it's the same. I saw a comparison comparing the food that you eat to gasoline in a car. If a car is on E and I go to put gas in it, that car is not supposed to break down after I put gas in it. It's supposed to be able to drive. It's the same thing with food. They call food our fuel. So if we eating food and it's supposed to be our fuel, if we fueling up by eating, why do we go to sleep right after we eat?
I tried that test at work one time. You eat your good fried plate, man, about 30 minutes, you dozing off at the desk. But then you turn around, eat some vegetables, full of vegetables,
It
and
keeps you going, man.
light carbs maybe. Man, you rolling. You still
on your feet. You can get. Don't talk about you taking like some ginger. Man, you can just go.
Ginger shots. Man, I love ginger shots.
You can just go, man. That's the real energy. No caffeine.
Yeah, no caffeine.
Take in some ginger shots and you'll be ready to go.
No caffeine.
Yeah, man.
I need my coffee.
Yeah, it seems like people are intaking coffee more than ever before. I realize we're addicts. Most of us aren't willing to admit, and I think we have to start admitting these things to help ourselves. And once we realize, okay, I'm an addict on whatever it may be, then we can move forward and actually become a better person. Because if you look at it, we're all addicted to something. All of these foods are addictive because you're supposed to eat to live, not live to eat.
No, spoken like Elmer Thomas, my grandmother. I'm a sugar addict, man, and I try so much to get off sugar. I do 2 weeks, then I have 1 weekend where that chocolate cake just calling my name. So I mean, I'm really want to break away from the sugar, the refined sugar is what I mean, not like natural how God produced it to be, but the actual cakes, the pies, the pecan candy, peanut butter candy, ooey gooey cake. A lot of y'all don't even know what ooey gooey is.
That used to be my favorite.
Y'all know what ooey gooey is. But I'm trying to get off that sugar, man. I'm trying to, eat better, and I'm trying to reduce the meat intake. Like my partner, hey, you're still eating that seafood. That's still considered meat too. So I'm trying to get away from that too.
Man, that's crazy that people make seafood different for whatever reason. They're like, oh, seafood is.
I was always confused by that. I'm like, man, hey, the texture.
Is it an animal?
The texture still tastes the same.
Is it living? Is it breathing?
Somebody out there that's super smart. Well, technically, seafood is not this.
I'm like, man, that makes no sense to me. When I tell people, man, I don't eat meat no more. What, do you still eat seafood? No, I just said I don't eat meat no more.
You're pescatarian.
It's all the same. And I fell for it when I first went vegan. Oh, and I hate saying vegan, but when I first went plant-based, I started that pescatarian stuff, and I was like, it's the same thing. I'm still eating dead flesh. And I mean,
man, look, for all these folks that won't do it, my 2019 New Year's resolution, I challenge people to kind of like, something small. You might not give up meat, but maybe try doing it 1 week without it. You may be a sugar addict like me, but try 1 week without it. I think, whatever it is, financial, balancing, relationships, try 1 week of trying to focus on something positive,
Yeah, I think people put too much emphasis on
the 1 week challenge.
These 2019 goals and all of that. Man, just start with a 3-day goal. Say for these 3 days, I'm not gonna litter.
For 3 days.
For 3 days, I'm just gonna be on time for work. I'm gonna thank God for something other than a house, a car, or graduating.
Yeah.
Like, and then if we can get to 3 days, we can get to a week. If we can do a week, we can do 2 weeks, and on. But all of these, my 2019 goals, I feel like it's just it's too wide stretches, vague. We need to slim things down and narrow it down and put more focus on it.
Yeah.
Put more focus on something, man. The accomplishing just starts to begin.
Yeah, I definitely would say, me personally, that's been my personal goal, to have shorter goals instead of these big long stretches. And then once I get the shorter goals in place, then I can stretch it out for the bigger goals that I'm trying to, achieve.